The sun had barely begun to rise over the crystal waters of the Caribbean, casting a warm glow over the lush, untouched islands. A gentle breeze rustled through the palm trees, carrying with it the sweet scent of exotic flowers and the distant calls of tropical birds. On one such island, a peculiar event was about to unfold, an event that had been the talk of the animal kingdom for weeks. In the heart of the jungle, where the trees grew tall and the vines thick, a clearing had been carefully prepared. The stage, a platform of interlocking branches and palm fronds, stood at the center, adorned with the most vibrant blooms the island had to offer. The air was filled with excitement and anticipation as whispers of the grand contest had reached the ears of every creature, big and small. The invitations had been meticulously crafted by the island's most skilled monkeys, their dam-building skills now put to use in the creation of intricate scrolls. They were delivered far and wide by a squadron of eager parrots, their vibrant plumage flashing through the emerald canopy. Each scroll contained the details of the event and a personal note from the organizers, a coalition of the most charismatic animals the islands had ever seen. The criteria were simple yet challenging: good looks, smile, talent, walk, and communication. The animals had been preparing in earnest, each hoping to outshine their rivals and claim the title of the most beautiful creature in the Caribbean. The dogs practiced their waggy struts, the cats their graceful leaps, and the monkeys honed their acrobatic talents. The donkeys, known for their braying laughter, had been working on their melodious tunes, while the goats focused on their majestic beards. Sheep, cows, pigs, and horses all had their unique strategies to impress the judges. A trio of wise and impartial reptiles, a crab with a penchant for flair, a lizard with a sharp eye for detail, and a turtle with a heart for true beauty. The morning of the contest dawned, and the animals gathered in the clearing, their excitement palpable. The stage was set, the judges were in place, and the contest was about to begin. But what none of them knew was that the real challenge of the day was not the competition itself, but the lessons they would learn from each other along the way. The contest was titled The Radiant Roomba of the Rainforest, a name chosen to reflect the vibrant diversity of the Caribbean's wildlife and the unity that this event aimed to foster. As the contestants took their places, the atmosphere grew thick with tension. The crab, lizard, and turtle judges sat on their elevated podium, their expressions a mix of solemnity and amusement. They knew that beauty came in all shapes and sizes, and that the true measure of the contestants lay not just in their physical attributes or talents, but in their spirits and the way they interacted with each other. They had a difficult task ahead, but they were ready to judge with fairness and wisdom. The first contestant to take the stage was a sleek black panther named Luna. Her eyes gleamed like onyx as she glided across the stage, her lithe body moving with an elegant grace that seemed almost otherworldly. The crowd gasped in awe, and even the judges had to admit she had a certain allure that was undeniable. But as she paused to smile, it was clear that there was more to this feline than just her stunning looks. The animals watched in amazement as Luna began to communicate with the audience, not with the typical sounds of the jungle, but with a series of movements and gestures that transcended species. Her dance was a story, one that spoke of friendship and unity, and the importance of working together to protect their shared home. It was a powerful message, one that resonated with every creature present. The competition grew fiercer as each animal took their turn. The dogs strutted and the cats pranced. The monkeys somersaulted, and the donkeys sang. Each brought their own brand of beauty and charm to the stage. The judges took careful notes, weighing each performance with the criteria in mind. But it was the interactions between the contestants that truly captivated the hearts of the onlookers. The way the pigs helped the sheep climb onto the stage, the patience the horses showed with the more timid goats, and the camaraderie between the cats and dogs as they whispered words of encouragement. These were all moments that spoke to the deep bonds that existed between them. As the contest reached its climax, it was clear that the radiant Roomba of the rainforest was not just a beauty pageant, but a celebration of the diverse tapestry that was their home. The animals had come together not just to compete, but to showcase their talents and share their stories. The final act was a surprise performance by all the contestants, a collaborative dance that highlighted their individual talents while weaving them into a seamless tapestry of friendship and unity. The crowd erupted in applause, their tails wagging, feathers ruffling, and hooves stomping in rhythm with the beat of the drums provided by the island's wise old tortoises. The judges took a moment to confer, their heads close together in deep discussion. When they finally emerged from their huddle, the anticipation was almost too much to bear. They each held up a single leaf upon which was inscribed the name of the animal they believed had truly captured the essence of the contest. As the leaves fluttered down to the stage, the animals held their breath. The crab announced the results, her voice clear and confident.
The winners of the radiant rumba of the rainforest are...
The animals looked at each other in surprise and then, as if on cue, broke into laughter. In that moment, they realized that the true beauty of the Caribbean lay not in any one creature, but in the harmony of their shared existence. The contest had brought them together, not to crown a king or queen, but to remind them that in the grand scheme of things, they were all winners. And so the animals of the Caribbean decided to make this day not the end of a competition, but the beginning of an annual tradition, a celebration of unity, friendship, and the unparalleled beauty of their island home. The title of this heartwarming tale? The Caribbean's Melody of Melanism, a nod to the rich blackness of Luna's fur, which had initially drawn their gazes, but ultimately paled in comparison to the darkness of their hearts coming into the light of understanding. This story, filled with the vibrant colors of the rainforest and the diverse spirits of its inhabitants, became a timeless fable, passed down through generations of creatures, each year gathering to perform in the shadow of the same stage, not for a title, but for the sheer joy of being together. The clearing, once a place of rivalry and suspense, transformed into a space of camaraderie and shared artistry. The animals had learned that the most radiant beauty was not in the gloss of fur or the sharpness of a smile, but in the kindness and support they offered to one another. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in a symphony of pinks and oranges, the creatures of the Caribbean danced into the night, their laughter echoing through the jungle as a testament to the power of unity. As the stars began to twinkle above, the animals realized that they had all won something far more valuable than any title could provide. They had gained an appreciation for each other's talents and a deeper connection to their home. The radiant rumba of the rainforest had become a beacon of light in a world often shrouded by the shadows of competition and strife. And as they lay down to rest, the whispers of the wind carried their joyful memories through the trees, ensuring that the melody of their unity would resonate through the hearts of the Caribbean for eons to come. In the weeks that followed, the animals could not stop talking about the contest that had changed their lives. The story grew with each retelling, the colors of the banners more vivid, the performances more awe-inspiring, and the friendships stronger. It was decided that a title was needed for this magical event, something that encapsulated the essence of what they had all experienced together. After much deliberation and input from every creature on the island, a consensus emerged: the Caribbean's Melody of Melanism. The name was a nod to Luna's dark fur, which had first brought them together, but now represented the harmony they had found in their differences. It was a melody that played not just in the jungle, but in the hearts of every animal who had witnessed or taken part in the contest, a reminder that beauty was not in the eye of the beholder, but in the soul of the beheld. The days grew shorter, and the animals began to prepare for the next year's Melody of Melanism. Each creature practiced their dance moves, their smiles, and their communication skills, not to outdo one another, but to enhance the tapestry of their collective performance. They knew that the true prize was not the crown of flowers that would be placed upon the head of the one deemed most beautiful, but the warmth of companionship that grew from their shared experiences. And so the tradition was born. Each year the animals would gather in the heart of the jungle, not to compete, but to collaborate, to remind each other and themselves of the beauty that lay within all of them. The Caribbean's Melody of Melanism grew in popularity, and animals from faraway lands heard of the contest and traveled to participate. They brought with them their own unique talents and stories, adding new notes to the symphony of the island's unity. The contest evolved into a grand festival, a celebration of the rainbow of life that painted the Caribbean in its myriad hues. It was a time of sharing and learning, of growth and friendship, and of recognizing the beauty in every creature that walked, crawled, or flew upon the island. And as the years rolled by, the animals grew wiser, kinder, and more connected, their hearts forever bound by the melody that Luna had so elegantly introduced them to that fateful day. One year, a young parrot named Paco suggested a new twist to the festival. "Why don't we also include a talent show?" he chirped excitedly. "We can showcase our skills and abilities, not just our looks." The idea took flight, and soon the melody of melanism grew to include a talent portion where creatures could show off their unique gifts. The judges, now a council of elders from various animal groups, nodded in approval, recognizing the importance of highlighting the diverse strengths within their community. The stage was set for a new chapter in the story of the Caribbean's most anticipated event. The animals practiced their dances, perfected their smiles, and honed their communicative abilities. Yet amidst all this preparation, they never lost sight of the true spirit of the festival, to uplift and support one another. The rehearsals became less about competition and more about collaboration, each creature eager to contribute their own melody to the grand symphony that was their friendship. And so the Caribbean's melody of melanism grew into a spectacular tapestry of talent, beauty, and unity. The title remained a nod to the panther who had first brought them together, but the essence of the event had blossomed into something far greater. It was a celebration of the natural world, a reminder that in the grand dance of life, every creature had a role to play, every voice was valuable, and every heart held a piece of the melody that made their home so vibrant and alive. The clearing grew year by year, the audience swelling with the excitement of new participants and the warm embrace of familiar faces. The animals watched as the young ones grew into their talents and the old ones shared their wisdom. It was a cycle as timeless as the seasons, as enduring as the tides that lapped the shores of their beloved island. The contest had started as a simple idea, a way to bring the animals of the Caribbean together, but it had become so much more. A beacon of hope, a testament to the power of unity, and a celebration of the diverse beauty that could only be found in the wild, untamed heart of the rainforest. The melody of melanism was not just a story, it was a living, breathing tradition that grew richer with every beat of every animal's heart. The animals gathered, their hearts fluttering with excitement as the sun dipped low in the sky. The stage was ablaze with the vibrant colors of the setting sun, casting a warm glow on the eager faces of the contestants. The Caribbean's melody of melanism had become the pinnacle of their year, a chance to showcase their talents and revel in their shared beauty. The talent show began, and the animals watched in amazement as their friends and neighbors demonstrated their gifts. A young donkey named Dolly sang a hauntingly beautiful ballad that brought tears to the eyes of the crab judge, while a trio of mischievous monkeys performed an acrobatic routine that left the lizard judge in stitches. Each act was met with thunderous applause and cheers, the animals reveling in the joy of their collective achievements. But it was when a timid tortoise named Tilly took the stage that the crowd fell silent. She had no grandiose tricks or flashy costumes. She simply began to sing a song of the earth's creation, her ancient voice resonating with the wisdom of the ages. As her melody grew, the animals found themselves swaying, drawn into the rhythm of her tale. The stage lights flickered, and it was as if the very trees themselves leaned in to listen to her ancient, soulful melody. The turtle judge, whose eyes had grown misty, whispered to his fellow judges, This is the true essence of melanism. This is the heart of our island." And with those words, the crowd erupted into the loudest cheer yet, not for Tilly's victory, but for the realization that the beauty they sought was not in the flash of a smile or the elegance of a walk, but in the very core of their being, their connection to the land and each other. The title, The Caribbean's Melody of Melanism, had been chosen to represent this unity, a tribute to Luna's dark fur that had first captured their gazes. But now, as they watched the tortoise weave a tale of creation with her ancient voice, they knew that the story they had written together was so much more than that. It was a symphony of spirits, a dance of diversity, a celebration of the life that pulsed through every leaf and creature on their island home. The festival grew into a multi-day affair, with each creature eager to share their talents, their wisdom, and their hearts. The animals painted their faces with the colors of the rainbow, symbolizing the unity of their community. They sang, they danced, they told stories, and they played games, all in the spirit of the melody of melanism. The once competitive event had morphed into a grand festival of friendship and unity, a reminder that beauty was not a crown to be won, but a melody to be shared. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the velvet sky, the animals gathered around a bonfire, their fur and feathers aglow with the warmth of the flames. They spoke of the beauty they had found in each other's talents and the joy that came from working together. The air was filled with laughter and music, the sounds of their diverse voices blending into a harmonious symphony that resonated through the jungle. The Council of Elders, having observed the profound impact of the melody of melanism, decided to crown a new type of champion, one whose beauty lay not just in their looks or talents, but in their ability to inspire and uplift others. It was clear that this year Tilly the tortoise had captured their hearts with her soulful song. Slowly she made her way to the center of the gathering, her ancient shell gleaming in the firelight. As the flames danced higher, casting shadows across the jungle floor, the animals grew silent once more. The crab judge stepped forward, her claws holding a wreath of tropical flowers. "We present to you," she announced, her voice echoing through the night, "our new queen of unity, Tilly the tortoise." The crowd erupted in cheers and applause, their tails wagging and wings flapping in approval. The title of Queen of Melanism had never been more fitting, for Tilly embodied the very essence of the festival, a gentle reminder that beauty is not in the flash of a smile or the swiftness of a step, but in the timeless wisdom and strength found in every creature's heart. Her reign would be one of unity and understanding, a reign that would resonate through every animal's life, reminding them that true beauty lies within. The festival continued, with each day bringing new surprises and moments of camaraderie. The melody of melanism had evolved into the Harmony of the Caribbean, a celebration that transcended the initial competition, becoming a symbol of the island's diverse tapestry. The animals had learned that by sharing their talents and stories, they could create a symphony of friendship that was more stunning than any solo performance. In the end, it was not the title that mattered, but the journey they had all undertaken together. The Harmony of the Caribbean became a legacy, a beacon of hope that shone brightly through the canopy of leaves, inspiring future generations to cherish their differences and to find beauty in every creature they met. And so the story of the Caribbean's most enchanting festival continued, each year adding a new verse to the melody that bound them together, forever enriching the tapestry of their island home. The days grew shorter, the nights grew cooler, and the time came to bid farewell to the Harmony of the Caribbean. As the animals packed up their decorations and returned to their own corners of the island, they carried with them the warmth of friendship and the echoes of the melody that had brought them together. The story of the festival grew with every telling, the animals adding their own embellishments and memories to the tapestry of the tale. It became a legend, a mythos that wove its way through the fabric of their lives, a reminder of the beauty that lay within each one of them. The Harmony of the Caribbean had started as a whimsical idea, but it had become something far more profound, a celebration of life, love, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship that spanned species and generations. The animals returned to their daily lives, their hearts full and their spirits uplifted. They knew that next year they would gather again in the jungle clearing to dance, to sing, and to share their beauty with the world. And as they did, the melody of their unity grew stronger, resonating through the islands and beyond, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the beauty that could be found in the most unexpected of places, within the hearts of creatures who had once seen each other only as rivals, but now knew themselves to be kindred spirits in the grand orchestra of life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Please also tell us where you are watching from. Thank you.